Imagine dying, your body placed in a sealed tomb, your enemies celebrating your defeat. But what if death was not the end of the story? What if during those 3 silent days, Jesus was actually fighting the greatest spiritual battle in history? Today, we uncover what really happened between the cross and the resurrection. This is the story of the 3 days that shook eternity. Good Friday looked like the end of hope. Jesus had been crucified. The sky turned dark. The earth shook. His body was wrapped in linen and placed inside a tomb, guarded by Roman soldiers. The disciples were scattered, terrified, and heartbroken. To them, everything was over. The movement they had dedicated their lives to had crumbled. But heaven knew something they did not. The cross was not a symbol of defeat. It was the beginning of an epic victory. Many people think nothing happened during those 3 days. They picture Jesus' body simply lying in the tomb, waiting for Sunday morning. But the Bible reveals something far deeper, far more powerful. Between that dark Friday and that glorious Sunday, Jesus was actively working in the unseen realm. The story didn't pause. It went underground. The Bible gives us fascinating clues about this mysterious event. In 1 Peter chapter 3 verses 18 to 19, it says, "For Christ also suffered once for sins, the righteous for the unrighteous, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but made alive in the Spirit, in which he went and proclaimed to the spirits in prison." This tells us something absolutely shocking. Jesus did not simply sleep in the tomb. His spirit, alive and powerful, entered the realm of the dead. This place is often called Hades in the Greek or Sheol in the Hebrew. It's important to understand this was not the final hell, the lake of fire. It was the temporary holding place where the souls of the dead awaited judgment. For thousands of years, righteous people like Abraham, Moses, David, and the prophets had died in faith, waiting for the promised Messiah to complete their redemption. They were in a part of Hades often referred to as Abraham's bosom or paradise, separate from the wicked, but still waiting. So when Jesus arrived there, can you imagine what happened? It was like the sun breaking through into the deepest, darkest cavern. He didn't enter that realm as another captive soul, not as a victim. He entered as a conquering king. Jesus did not go there to suffer more. His suffering was finished on the cross when he declared, "It is finished." The price for sin had been fully paid. He went to proclaim his victory. The devil, the forces of darkness, thought they had won. Jesus was now on their territory, declaring, "Sin has been defeated. Death has lost its power. Redemption has arrived." Think of it like a triumphant general marching into a captured city. He wasn't there to fight another battle. The war was already won. He was there to announce the new reality, to declare freedom to the captives. The spiritual prison doors began to shake. The book of Ephesians also speaks of this. It says, "When he ascended on high, he took many captives and gave gifts to his people." What does it mean that he took captives? Many scholars believe this refers to Jesus leading the souls of the Old Testament saints out of Hades and into heaven, escorting them into the very presence of God the Father. The waiting was over. Their faith was finally made sight. Now let's look at another powerful clue. In the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 18, the risen Jesus declares, "I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I am alive forever and ever. And I hold the keys of death and Hades." Keys represent authority. Who held the keys before this? The enemy. Sin and death had a claim of power over humanity ever since the fall of Adam. But during those 3 days in the tomb, Jesus confronted the powers of darkness and stripped them of their authority. He took the keys. The power that held humanity captive was decisively broken. This is why the resurrection is so much more than just a miracle of a man coming back to life. Jesus didn't just escape death, he defeated it. He conquered it from the inside out. He faced it, disarmed it, and took its keys. And then came Sunday morning, the climax of history. The stone meant to seal his defeat was rolled away. The Roman guards, symbols of the world's power, trembled in fear. The tomb, the very symbol of death, was empty. Jesus walked out, not as a ghost, but in a glorified, resurrected body. He walked out alive, victorious over sin, death, and hell itself. Those 3 days were not silent. They were not an intermission. They were the thunderous, earth-shattering turning point of all history. In the unseen realm, a spiritual transaction of cosmic proportions took place. Authority was transferred. Captives were set free. Victory was secured. Because of what Jesus did between Friday and Sunday, hope is alive. Forgiveness is not just a wish, it's a reality. And death no longer has the final word. The resurrection proves that Jesus is exactly who he said he was, the Son of God, the Savior of the world. This story changes everything. It means that no matter how dark your Friday looks, no matter how sealed your tomb feels, your Sunday is coming. The same power that conquered death, that took the keys from Hades, is alive in those who believe in him. If this message has touched you, I want you to declare it right now. Type, "He is risen," in the comments below. Let's fill this space with a testament to his victory. And remember, those 3 days changed everything. They are the foundation of our faith and the source of our eternal hope. Thank you for watching. If you want more powerful Bible revelations like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Please like this video so the algorithm shows it to more people who need to hear this message of hope. And consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might be going through their own dark Friday. Until next time, stay blessed.